What's up, bro? Welcome to a new episode of the Brandon Janu Show. As you already know, I am Brandon Janu, and like always, you can just follow me on social media, Brandon Janu Show on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, Brandon Janu Show. More importantly, YouTube channel, Brandon Janu Show. Go follow that. Go subscribe to that. Shout out to everybody that's been subscribing, been viewing. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you. Um, excuse me. And as well, like always, you can really find me. It's podcast platforms everywhere. Brandon Janu Show. Sometimes you might have to space it. Sometimes you can keep it together. It is still Brandon Janu Show on all podcast platforms everywhere. So go and listen to the podcast, man. Shout out to Good Pods. I've been on a list for a good bit here and there sometimes. So shout out to everybody who's been listening on Good Pods. I appreciate being ranked. Thank you. Um, so yeah, and let's get into it, man. So, so yesterday I went and got an MRI. Because like I've been saying on previous episodes, I've been showing dark spots in my brain. It's related to a couple of a year ago around this time, maybe maybe 2 more months, give or take. Uh, I ended up in the hospital. Um, uh, Maybe because I was just very dehydrated. But the doctor was like, just in case, go take tests on your brain. And it took almost a year, literally, to see what was wrong with me mentally. And, well, not mentally. That's a little fucked up. But to see what's wrong with my brain, pretty much. And I went to a neurologist a couple of weeks, last week. Damn, it was just last week. Last week, shit. Last week I went to a neurologist. That's how fast this shit has been going. So I went to a neurologist last Tuesday, and uh, I sat down, neurologist, and he was talking. He was like, "Well, there's two things that could be going on. You could be having really unusual migraines, which I get a lot of headaches. He's like, you have really unusual migraines, which I give you pills for that, and you just take them, and they should clear up your migraines, and it should. Some people say it takes a day. Some people say I haven't had a migraine in weeks. It just depends on what happens. And then he was like, that could be that, or you could be suffering from seizures. Um, so we need to run tests on you. And I went back that Thursday to the same hospital and did a EMG. I've done an EKG, which is where they stick um, uh, things on your chest. I want to say leashes, whatever the fuck they call them things, but they stick them on your chest. I have them all the time because I have a heart condition, which is another reason why the brain problem should not be happening. So, and I gotta get that checked. So I always get EKGs, but the EMG was a little different. So I went um to the doctor that Thursday, and they did you know all over my head, my forehead, and then my hair, and they put stuff on it, and all this, and ran a test. It was 20 minutes long. I had to literally lay there, eyes closed, and not really make sudden moves. You couldn't really make a sudden move because then the test would be wrong, or something would happen with the test. So I had to just lay there, and I did that last week, and then yesterday, uh, I went and did my MRI on my brain to see if there's anything going on, and I took they had to give me an IV and inject me with something to clear up my brain to make it colorful on my brain so they could see it through the pictures. And To be honest with y'all, I don't know what's gonna happen. I've been dealing with this for a good bit now. Um, I don't want it to be seizures, and I don't want it to be unique migraines. I don't know what I want. My health has always been a concern in life. That's just obvious. But it's always been my heart, and it's never been my head. It's never been my brain. And now that it is, it's worrisome. It's worrisome. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and act like it's not. It's a little. I don't know because I've never really. I've said this before. I think in old podcast episodes, way back, like a season one, season two, season three. I've been doing this shit for so long. It's been goddamn. But um, yeah, I think I said this before, and I said I don't want to. I think I said when I started talking about mental health, which is why a lot of people started listening to our podcast. I said I've never had to think about my brain. It's always been my heart. It's always been that has been always my focus point on my health has been my heart. My heart pumps my blood. So, you know, but I never thought about my brain. It never came into questioning. When it came into mental health questioning, then it became like, oh shit, maybe we might need to get that checked. Mentally, it's been more obvious that I need checkups and I need, these things. And but never physically brain. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's never been to the point like brain damage, shit like that. Like you're suffering from, maybe seizures on your brain and you don't even know it. Like it's never been to that point. It's always been mentally. It's always been like you're depressed and you have anxiety and you have this. So it's different. It's a different like with my heart, there's no mental heart. It is just physically your heart's fucking up. You need to go get that checked. You need a procedure. You see what I'm saying? And this is now starting to get interesting. Not in the sense of like interesting to the point where it's like it's interesting because my brain is this is a physical thing. It's not a mental with my brain. When I first started learning about my brain, really, it was all about my mental. It was never about my physical of the brain. And now that it is, it's 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 interesting because I don't know what happens if they tell me I do have seizures. I don't. It would explain a lot. Like the last couple shit year and a half, my body has been worn down, and it isn't my heart. I've been to too many doctors, and they tell me my heart's good, your heart's good, like, but my brain is worn down. Like I used to could go. Like once I got up, and I didn't. But my eyes get tired. Like I played a game, and my eyes, I could have the curtain closed and everything. My eyes start to just lower and lower and lower, and I'm like, am I going blind? Like because but your brain is controlling that. And it's like, God damn, man, there's so much shit I don't know. And that is troublesome, man. That's worrisome. It's interesting to know that like even when you've gone through so many problems with your body, there's still something wrong with your fucking body that you don't know. And you kind of get to that point of like, damn, what the fuck? And speaking of mental, my therapist, who I've been seeing for a good bit now, uh, she's leaving. So now I gotta find a whole new therapist in the next. So I might not have a therapist for the next couple months. So it's just like welcome to my brain, I guess, if I have to say it like that. I'm be honest. I don't know what's next. That's why I do this podcast. If I knew every damn thing, I probably would do a podcast. You probably wouldn't listen. You probably curse me out. You wouldn't care. But I think the reason why y'all listen is because I don't fucking know. I tell you, I don't fucking know. I don't know. And I think that's the thing. I don't know. I feel like the more and more I'm starting to learn about what could be wrong with me, um, something my doctor told me a long time ago, first therapist I ever had. They said the best way to deal with mental health is to know what you have. I think I'm starting to realize that with my brain physically. So if it's unique, unique migraines or seizures, I have to get the diagnosis and then know, okay, this is how I have to now move. When I learned I had mental health issues, choosing to bottle them up, which I did well for years, I decided to use them to my advantage. And not to my advantage, that sounds fucked up. But you know what I mean, using to my advantage. And that is divulge everything I'm going through or have gone through, which is why this podcast is here. Of this isn't a like there's always a bright side to the situation. That's not what I do. I don't think it's a bright side to any of these situations in life. If you're in pain, you're in pain. Fuck what they talking about. like, hey, fuck what people talk about. If you're in pain, you're in pain. Stop acting like that shit ain't real, because it is. Well, there's a bright side to it. No, the fuck it's not. Shut up. Just deal with the fuck you gotta deal with. Don't try to sugarcoat it for people just because that makes them feel better. No, be honest with yourself. Like somebody come up to you and say, "Hey man, you all right?" No, I'm not all right. I don't feel like fucking around today. Leave me the fuck alone. They would understand. You asked the question. I just answered it, and I feel like that's how I feel sometimes, good or bad. And I feel like right now, good or bad, I'm gonna still have this. And I might not be doing it as much because I might be doing doctor's appointments now, and I went to the neurologist and he was like, we could give you like a brain monitor, which I've had a heart monitor. He was like a brain monitor where they attach these things to your head and you walk around with it. I think he said for like a day or so, a week or so, and you like they track your brain, they track what's going on with your brain. And I'm not looking forward to that if I have to do that. But yeah, I've had a heart monitor before. I've never had a brain monitor. That was like okay. But anything I need to get my brain back in order, I'll do it. Um, no matter how much I talk about it, I still want to be here. I want to see life in every aspect. So yeah, so that's what's going on with me. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really do. Um, Sometimes I gotta get personal with this personal shit. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, man. When it comes out, thank you again to for everybody that's listening. Thank you again to everybody that's watching. Thank you again to everybody that's subscribing or following or rating. Um, really appreciate it. And talk to you guys soon. Peace.